Hello, Libra. I hate this part, the whole intro thing. I hate it every time I do it. Not for just you guys specifically, because you guys are my besties. You're my brethren. Libra, Sun, Venus. I just hate this part. So hello to all of you and welcome back to all of you who have been here before. And for those of you who it's your first time, welcome to you. I'm Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot, and I will be doing a monthly reading for the collective of Libra. Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any placement. They're all good. It's a general reading, so it is so unlikely that it's going to resonate with everyone. There might be parts where you relate to, but it has to resonate with you. And it shouldn't be things that you're filling in the narrative for. You know what I'm saying? So be careful of that. I have made some changes to the channel and we're still figuring them out. And one of them is the format of how I'm doing readings. I used to do weekly readings for every sign, and now I'm doing monthly and mid-monthly for every sign. But I used to put them out in groups of air, water, fire, earth. And now I'm starting on the 1st and on the 15th of each month. I'm starting with Aries, which is the beginning of the zodiac, and going all the way through to Pisces. So all of the readings should be up within the first 7 days. So between the 1st and the 7th, and between the 15th and the 21st. And you'll know when yours is coming, because you can see what the last sign was that I did, and then you'll know the order. I'm trying to do 2 a day, but it might be 1, it might be 3 some days, you know what I mean? It's just gonna go that way. The other thing I'm doing new is I'm doing morning pull posts, and I do morning pull and evening pulls for myself pretty much every day. And so on New Year's Day, it came to me to record it and post it, and so I've been doing that. I would love feedback on those if you've watched them, if I should continue with those, if there's anything different. It's weird for me because I pull for myself, and so it's just weird just talk out loud with those things. So I'm not sure it's resonating with everyone. Okay, God, I should start this over, but I'm not going to. Okay. Today is a day I'm just going to accept myself for all of the things that I show up as, whether they're things I would like them to be or not. All right, so I had a very long hiatus because of vocal cord damage, and it is healing. And so in order to take care of that, you will see me drinking water, and you better see me drinking water multiple times, depending on how long this reading is, if I'm taking proper care, right? Okay. So today what we're doing is, where are you? Where does the universe want you to be? And what do you have to do to get to where the universe wants you to be? And we will be using tarot for that, and pretty sure, I knew that was going to happen. We're going to use the Marielle and the Curious Creatures. I have the White Witch. I have another one too, in case we need different ones or the vibe changes up. Before we do the tarot, I'm going to pull oracle cards. A chakra card from the Chakra Love deck to see what chakra that most needs your attention during the month of January. An archetype card for what archetype you need to be most aware of for the month of January, and a romance angels card for for your heart and relationships, what you need to know about that. All right, you ready? I don't know. Here we go. Destiny, follow your instincts. They lead to the truth. Third eye chakra, fluorite, which I... So interesting about that. I think that's fluorite. Okay. Just thinking about how instincts, are instincts the same as intuition? Or are instincts similar to like a call or a pull? Curious. If you guys have an opinion on that, I would love to hear it in the comments. Okay, archetype. I'm also thinking of fluoxetine, which is Prozac, and how when you're on Prozac, it dumbs down your pineal gland. That's what it does, and how this is fluorite, third eye chakra, which is interesting. I used to be on Prozac. I take Wellbutrin now. I don't know why I'm saying that. If that resonates with any of you, please let me know in the comments. Okay. All right. Here we go. Fool on the bottom. Fearlessly revealing emotion. Helping people laugh at absurdities. Helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. And the shadow attributes. Using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. So this is on the bottom. The split is child magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. Which is like the Fool too, if you think of the Fool in the tarot way. You know what I mean? Shadow. Pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Okay, so this is just something to keep mind of yourself, right? And maybe people you're dealing with too. Catch yourself if you see yourself falling into the shadow ones, to remind yourself of the light. For both. And then let's see what you actually got. God. Is this like the Empress? Librans? Let's see. Benevolence and compassion. Recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Shadow. Despotism and cruelty. Using power to control people. So interesting. Okay. I'm almost afraid to see what the romance angels say. Now remember, they're romance angels, but this is for all matters of love, okay? Anywhere that falls and any manifestation. I think it wants me to keep going. All right, let me put these down in order before I forget, because okay, wow. You are the first one, the first sign that it told me to take more than one. Sometimes I shuffle and then like two will fall out at once. That's not what happened here. So here we go, Libra. On the bottom is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Now, we don't know where this is going, but don't necessarily take that. Take that in an abstract way as possible. Look at it in all of the aspects, okay? See if it resonates. Okay. Interesting, because some of these were sideways. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I feel like this is very much self. It's all self. Working on self. Getting ourselves up. Getting our reserve full so we have an overflow. You know what I mean? But just so our reserve is full. Children, your love life is being affected by children. And magical child came up. See what I mean by like, take it as like abstractly as possible. And it could be literal. It's going to be different. There's so many different Libras watching. You know what I mean? So the essence of our journeys might be the same right now, but the details will look different. So you have to think of these in an open mind, but be careful that you're not adding something and attaching to something that isn't part of what you are and who your story is. You know what I mean? Okay. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this could be about you've been holding back. You've been scared. Or maybe the getting to know each other period in your history could use extension, like being a longer period to get to know someone. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Right, I'm hearing this is so, I can't believe it's coming in my head. Rejection is God's protection, but that is what's coming in my head, and I want to kick myself for saying it, but there it is. Because if you watch other readers, you've heard that, and I'm sure you don't want to hear it again. Okay, that is what I'm hearing. Okay. So maybe this too is taking that next steps to deal with, there's some kind of possible long-term grief that happened, and it's not, this is how I'm going to explain it. This is your grief and this is you. This was you when it first happened. This is maybe now where you are. But where we're going is here. You feel me? This might not go anywhere. This might stay how it is, but we grow. And this could be about accepting that this pain or this non-closure or whatever it is, this betrayal, whatever that is that fit in there, that broke your heart and changed parts of who you are. It's time to maybe look at it with a lighter point of view. Do you know what I mean? Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. I don't know how this is connecting, but that's what's coming up. So let me pull tarot and let's see where we are. Oh, curious creatures. I'm really curious to know if that children card resonates with you, and that's like something that actually is affecting your love situations. If you want to share that in the comments, thank you. No worries either way. Because it could be that, it could be inner child, it could be whoever the other person is, it could be their childhood unprocessed trauma, you know what I'm saying? Could be a lot of things. It feels like this is more you than somebody outside of you because of everything else. I don't know though. All right, we're gonna see what's up. So where are you right now, Libra? Normally I wouldn't take that, or, well, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna take it. Okay. It's the Five of Pentacles, sideways, going into the upright. Five of Swords. A lot of self-deception, huh? There's a lot of self-deception going on right now, and a lot of feeling so not like, oh yeah, oh Libra. Okay. On the split is the Nine of Wands. On the bottom is the Three of Pentacles. What came out is the Five of Pentacles, the World, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. We're going to move on before we do this, okay? A lot of anxiety. This ending is causing you a lot of anxiety. And you are trying to accept whatever this cycle, it's completed. It's done. There's no going backward. There's going forward, but there's no going back. It's done. And you're trying so hard but you're holding on. You're so sad. This is triggering a lot of things, right? Okay. Let's see where the universe wants you to be. The Fool. Which makes sense. The Queen of Cups, the Nine of Wands again. That's exhaustion. That's still battling. That's like it's like been so long and you're just ready to give up, but this is the universe saying, don't give up. And it's you with that like, oh, you're not gonna break me. But it's like going back and forth, right? With the anxiety, with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is stress that is starting to present itself as anxiety. You feel me? To me, the Nine of Swords is full on anxiety. It's crippling anxiety. And the Eight of Swords is right when you're worried about something or you feel a low vibe, but it hasn't quite given it, you don't quite have anxiety yet. Do you feel me? The Knight of Pentacles. There's a lot. The Sun. Okay. Okay. It's coming, right? That's what, there's a progression if you follow the way those cards are. And so the universe is saying, stay on your path, Libra. I know it's hard. Stay on your path. I think there's one more. It's the Death card. Oh God, oh sweet Lord above. Okay, Temperance is on the bottom of that for where the universe wants us to be. So I'm Libra, and I normally do readings for myself before I do the reading, but today I was guided not to, and to just let this come out, because whatever I'm going through, other people are going through it too, I guess. That's why. So you'll hear me. I'll either say you or us. I'll say us when it's something like I feel like it resonates with me, and I'll say you if it's you, us or we. You feel me? The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That was sideways though. Going into the upright. Okay, good, good. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the Death card. For where the universe wants us to be. Okay, this is so interesting. Ooh, I'm getting like excited about getting into this. Okay. I just realized I didn't check what time it was before I started this, and I know I started way later than like an hour later than I had planned, and I have to be somewhere to 11:30, so I hope I don't fuck that up. Okay. All right. Okay, how do we get here? Shuffle. Crazy. Libra, we're so all up in this reading today. Oh, wow. What? Okay, the Hanged Man on the split, which came up, I think, this morning in the morning pull. The Knight of Cups on the bottom. What came up for what we need to do to get to where the universe wants us to be is the Queen of Wands, the Empress sideways going into the upright, and the Six of Wands. What? This reading. Okay. It feels like a love reading about the longing for love. I do not see this as being with anybody else. This is a reading for us, about us. You feel me? Okay. It's funny because the archetype we got was God, and what the universe wants us to do is embody the Empress, which I think is, to me, is the same. I guess God or Goddess, you know what I mean? Okay. The universe wants us to be in a place of active reflection, of assessment of ourselves. What are the things we've done in the past involving love and relationships? What worked? What didn't? What needs growth? What needs to go? Contemplation, but like serious actual contemplation, not like just letting it float around out there. Like to sit down and focus on this. Because a rebirth is required. And it looks like, let me see this for a second. Right, the Nine of Pentacles is the mini Empress, and it came out in reverse for where the universe wants us to be. Next to the Death card. So maybe it's codependency. Maybe it's a little bit of codependency, and maybe it's just a little bit of trauma wounds, trauma bonds, and thinking, not understanding the difference between, okay, hold on a second. Our self-worth comes, everyone's self-worth comes just from existing, right? Like, we're all worthy just because we exist. Some of us were brought up to not think we were worthy because the environments and people around us sucked it from us, you know, or broke us, or whatever it was. Just because someone else took it away doesn't mean it's someone else's responsibility to put it back. Now, there's a difference between that and being a mirror. Being a mirror for someone reflects how you're seen, right? So if you're a mirror for someone else, you're seeing them and you're yourself fully, and you're shining, emanating yourself, and then you see someone else and your view is the present. In your view, they see how you see them, right? And they see aspects of themselves that they might have doubted or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's a mirror for what's there, and it works both ways. We see it in the people that we interact with too. Oh, I don't know where I'm going here. There's a difference between support and, what is the word I'm looking for? It's not an outside validation. We don't need outside validation from anyone. People do need mirrors and do need support, but we cannot get our worth from what someone else says or does or how they treat us. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that is what's going on here with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Because the Nine of Pentacles in the upright is an individual who fully embodies themselves and is so good, single or coupled, whatever way, is Snow White. It's the Snow White card. Kind of. Okay. And Spirit is saying there needs to be a transformation of how we are that way, how we've been. Remember, the Five of Pentacles came up for where we are, and the Eight of Swords. So it's like, it's a problem letting go, right? It's a problem letting go, and I know you're working on yourself, because I know I'm working on myself, and this can get, and Temperance came up, right? Clearly, we still have more to learn, right? I guess it shouldn't be like so surprising to myself, at least, because I wouldn't be feeling this much anxiety if I was in alignment. Okay. So how the universe wants us, how long has this been? Okay. Is the Queen of Wands, is to be a badass, this is it. We know the Queen of Wands is super hot, super confident, fully knows who she is, has the ability to create. That's the Empress, right? Like the ability to create within yourself. Every self-sustaining in every possible way. No BS, no space for BS, no ego, just confidence, confidence at its core, not negative or positive, you know what I mean? And that's what the universe wants us to do. Like literally, the Queen of Wands, the Empress. So this is how far you've come in your work. You're very far. You're right there. Right? The sun popped up and right in the whatever. This isn't like, this is court cards and major arcana coming out, and the Six of Wands, which is success within yourself, birthed within yourself and then seen. It's externally seen too. That's where the universe, that's what we need to do. So if we're that close to it, we're right there. It's almost like this, like we just go from here to here. You know what I mean? I'm going to pull clarifiers on that, because if that was so easy for us to do, none of us would be needing this reading right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pull some more cards on, oh, the Marielle wants me to use the Marielle. Okay. I think you all like these cards. They're pretty dope. Okay. Okay, can you tell us more about what this looks like? How do we enact these things? So we know it's the anxiety, which is coming from our doubts on our self-worth and our abilities to stand alone, right? Our abilities to be responsible adults. You know what I'm saying? So we know that there's those things that we need to look at, right? So let's ask, what actions, like what actions can we take to get to these outcomes that you want us to be in? Universe. Okay. The Hierophant. I'm laughing because it's still so esoteric, you know what I mean? I was gonna say, holy shit, if that's the only one. The Sun in reverse, flipped out. Which I'm gonna take as a reassessment of what our idea of true happiness had been. Oh wait. Not in reverse. The whole entire thing was in reverse. So this is not, the Sun was not in reverse. But does that, no. Interesting. Well, it's even cooler because the Knight of Wands is on the bottom. That's Sagittarius. I'm 7 air, 2 fire, and 2 water. I'm 5 Libra, I'm Gemini, Aquarius, then I'm Cancer, and then I'm Sagittarius, and my Jupiter is in Sagittarius. So some of y'all might have that too. Okay, so the 3 of Wands is underneath that. The Hierophant. I held that whole deck in reverse, right? And these things flipped out, and they all flipped out in the upright. How dope is that? Love the universe. The 5 of Wands, the Hangman. Did the Hangman come out again? This is the 3rd time today it's come out, but the 2nd time in this reading. The Hierophant. The 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Pentacles came up, and the 5 of Swords came up too at one point, and now the 5 of Wands. So that's a lot of fucking conflict, obstacles. Okay. Okay. I think there's some kind of ancestral learning that needs to happen, like meditation, or history, like looking into your ethnic history, ancestry. There's something about ancestry, soul, a soul line, a soul path. This Hierophant is holding a key, and the key is underneath. It looks like kind of like a pyramid. So it's saying to me that there's something still to uncover about our soul contracts that we have. Yeah, and the Hangman, which is taking a step back and looking at things from a different perspective, which I know we probably feel like, what the fuck, I've already done that a zillion times, but guess what? We need to do it again because it's coming up. And it's coming up around competition, the idea of trust, right? 5 of Wands is a group of people who are on the same team, and they're supposed to be working toward the same goal, but they're training. There will be one victor. So this could be how we view people we're threatened by, our insecurities, things that trigger us like that. Just trust issues because the people who are supposed to be our teammates from way back in childhood weren't, right? The universe is asking us to take a look at that from a different perspective, to stand back and look at it broader, and there's something to do with soul contracts in our ancestors, like your history there with how we look at that. That's really, I feel like we need more. Hold on. Something else is supposed to happen with me and pulling cards, and I'm not sure. So that's why I'm just taking these moments, because I don't know if it's clarifying anything else. I don't think it is. Okay, it's clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. We're going to use the Marielle for that. No, we're going to use the other. Really? Okay. Oh, wait. We might use the Murder of Crows. I don't know. I am very... going on. Something's shifting and I'm not sure why or what to do about it. No, it's this one. It's the Curious Creatures. Okay. What else do we need to know about the Seven of Pentacles universe? The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, wait. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. Justice. Okay. The Devil. Okay, that's what my feeling was, is that it's somebody that we thought we could trust and we can't. We couldn't trust them. They deceived us. And this is about sharpening our skills to be able to discern that quicker. And the way to do that is to build ourselves up. It's not to put the focus outward on like, what do I look for necessarily? I think we probably all know like red flags and things, but to figure out what your red flags are, what your triggers are, how you react and respond in ways that you wish you hadn't, or like it's your lower vibe, and what you can do to not. And then, you know what I mean? It's about that, I think. The Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it's about the 3D. It's about things happening in the 3D, and the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. So, and the Ace of Cups underneath that, and the Star underneath that. Okay, so yes. So we are on the right path, and we are going the right way. We have it all, the beginnings for the love of our dreams, right? Their destiny. the life of our dreams. We're doing that. We're building it. Keep going. Keep building. I'm going to pull an oracle card. Maybe also some of you guys don't trust when someone looks, you think it's like too good to be true. And maybe you've self-sabotaged, so that might be something to look at too, you know what I mean? All right, we're gonna pull a lantern oracle, which I have some of these already pulled for myself from last night, so I'm gonna have to try to remember what they were so I can put them back in and look at them later again. Intention and circles. 31, 34. I'm never gonna remember that, but I hope I do. 31 and 34. Super dope deck. Very powerful. Gosh, I hope I'm not late for my to pick my kid up. And we have like a bunch of stuff to do. Voice. That one comes up a lot. Oh, I can feel my cord spot is like throbbing. I've started acupuncture for like a month now, and I was going 3 times a week because my insurance, it was $5, but they stopped covering it as of January 1st. But the last 2 times I went, we worked on this space for me. It's just where my whole life, pretty much I've always carried stress and stuff, but I didn't realize until more recently that it's where my energetic cord is. And it just started throbbing. Okay. Women supporting women and confusion. Accountability on the split. We're going to do confusion. At some point, we all encounter feeling at a loss as to what to do next. Our mind can become as conflicted as the advice we receive. Our emotions can polarize and overwhelm us to the point of distress. Especially when the stakes seem too high to risk making a mistake, our belief that there is a right choice or answer that will prevent all that we fear from happening can be paralyzing. Fear has the power to stop us in our tracks, especially when what seems logically right is at odds with what feels emotionally safe. For example, one choice might seem to guarantee safety and security, but feel uncomfortably compromising. In a state of distress, it is hard to get clear on what our spirit self is guiding us to do. We may feel helpless and without any available choice that feels authentic. What is best and truly possible for us is rarely as clear as hindsight reveals it to be. When we need clarity the most, it would be helpful to remember that recognizing that we do not know what to do is a necessary step in the process of realizing what to do. right? What do you do in that moment when you don't know what to do? You know what I do sometimes? Stuff I shouldn't be doing just to try to get the answer. You know, I put myself in situations that aren't emotionally safe for me, because for me the risk of that is worth taking if I get a fucking answer, you know. But that is the wrong thing to do. And I think I need to do the opposite when I'm feeling like, fuck, like I can't take this anymore, I'm gonna fucking die, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? If not, you know, but like those kinds of thoughts and stuff is if I could do this, what is meant for me will find its way to me. Repeating truths helps for me. Nothing comes in the way of my peace. I wrote it on my hand. Things like that, right? Let go, let God, stuff like that, right? Because we do know that the universe works in the way it's supposed to. We have so much proof of that in our lives. So why can't we let that carry over into everything, right? Acknowledging the not knowing is the way to figuring out our next authentic move in navigating a way through any bewildering predicament. I probably really should drink water every 20 minutes if I'm talking. A solution is not found in making one right decision, but rather the result of many small and consistent choices, actions, thoughts, and behavior changes. This is because significant problems are born of a web of threads that are not quite right for us. It requires us to dismantle, clear, and replace each thread one by one with a new and right one for us. This process of dismantling, clearing, and replacing is what significant and sustainable change and clarity are, and where a lot of grief can be to let go of that stuff, right? Because it's what you really wanted or really hoped, right? We create our solutions cumulatively by simplifying the complexity, removing it, and deliberately choosing something else. That's the like repeat of facts, right? Reality, truth, like I just said, like what's meant for beliefs, what's meant for me will find its way to me, right? Everything happens the way it's supposed to. I am where I need to be. I am where I should be. For the soul, from the soul. Nothing comes before my peace, right? Fill your reserve. Clarity often comes at the cost of making at least one mistake, wrong turn, or failure along the way. For most, it takes making many. This is how we typically learn our way forward. Mistakes are preferable to remaining on the ground defeated. Failures are gifts, lanterns, if you will, illuminating our true direction. We need to know better to see and do better. That is why every perceived error is actually part of what is a correct step forward in your direction. It shows you your true way. Trust yourself. For any current confusion you are facing, place the hand that you write with on your heart and receive what knowing arises in you to do next. If part of this knowing is to seek the advice, support, or assistance from an appropriate other, do so. The featured crone supports you in committing to take one small step at a time on your terms and at your own pace as you enter into ever-increasing clarity and confidence. When we know that we have no idea what we are doing or what direction to take next, we begin to find out. Okay, women supporting women. Women who share their weaknesses, struggles, and shame, as well as their joy, victories, and opportunities, support each other's life journey. Mirrors. Together, women have the potential to strengthen each other in overcoming challenges and to rise much higher than is individually possible. That's the case with any relationship, not just with women, or you know what I mean. By sharing one another's lives, we come to know ourselves. We experience what it is to see and be seen, to speak and be heard, to understand and be understood, and this evolves us. When people connected to their divine inner feminine bear witness, nurture, and support one another, mutual love and raised frequency occurs. The divine that's the thing. If they're not raising your frequency, then it's not right for you, right? That's the thing I can say to myself. Is this raising my frequency or lowering it? The divine feminine consciousness connects and supports us in realizing our fullest potential power and wisdom. In each other, we see what is possible when we do not go at life alone, in silence, or against each other. When we realize that we are not alone or judged in our greatest vulnerability, hurts, and confusion, we heal. Women who have walked parallel paths know how to create this regenerative space. Life changes the second we are gifted with an experience of there being nothing to be ashamed of, but only pain to be released, witnessed, healed, and moved on from. Women supporting women potentially offers this life-changing moment when they hold loving space and support in response to an individual unburdening herself of a shame-filled secret. Therefore, the potential loving safety generated by women supporting women nurtures and nourishes our spirits as well as enriches our lives. Maybe the Queen of Wands isn't us too. If you have an Aries in your life, could be that. It may be time to reach out to the safe women in your life. It could also be time to explore your local community to discover where individuals connected to their divine feminine gather, or perhaps even organize your own circle at a park, cafe, or home through creating a meetup group or making a poster for your local community center or library notice board. In empowering one another, we empower ourselves. So it's about finding our tribe, right? And nurture and using our tribe, like allowing our tribe in and to be of service. To be of service in that way, right? Not just in the greater general, but like in a more focused way. A smaller, focused way for like a common goal. The Three of Pentacles did come up at one point, right? All right. So Libra, this was a lot, and I hope that it helped, and I hope that it made sense to you. And thank you for coming and sharing your energy with me. Let me know in the comments about how any of this resonated or didn't, or if you think that like, if there was a part that was right here in the cards, but I didn't pick up on it, I would love to know that too. Okay, thanks for sharing your energy with me, and I will see you again in about 2 weeks at your mid-monthly reading. Bye, Libra.